Today I wanted to talk about a different kind of topic on my channel. I usually talk about like, more fun dog topics and nothing super serious. But today I wanted to talk about taurine deficient dilated cardiomyopathy, or I'm not even sure if I'm saying those words correctly. I know taurine deficient is easy to say. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because I was recently added to a Facebook group by my friend under basically the same name. It looks like this. That's the name of the Facebook group if you want to join. And basically there are 47,000 members and they talk about this disease and why it's happening. And basically from what all the research and the studies is saying, there's some other reference, is that grain-free foods can be a contributing factor to getting this disease. And it's not easy and it's a super complicated issue, and I just wanted to bring it up because like it is scary and no one wants their dog to get sick, and I don't think they know all the facts yet about like why dogs really get this, or like I don't think there's a certain food out there that's the only one that's causing it. But I do know that there's only certain brands of food that even do nutritional testing, and I found out that the only foods that follow the WASAVA guidelines and have no reported cases of this nutritional dilated cardiomyopathy are Eukanuba, Iams, Royal Canin, Hills, and Purina. So all the foods that fall in those brands do the testing, and all the other foods don't meet the guidelines for dog food testing. They don't do the testing, and that was kind of scary to me because I believed that the food we were on was doing nutritional testing and it really wasn't. And that was kind of scary to know that you don't know exactly if the food you're feeding your dog is safe. And it's tricky because like we've been led to believe that certain dog foods are bad, and I'm not going to go into like which foods are good and which ones are unquality because I think that's really a personal choice, and like you have to do your research obviously. And the thing is like we've been led to believe that certain companies are bad when really they have been doing testing, and marketing has led us to believe that these newer food, grain-free and stuff, are the way to go, and maybe they're not. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm not a nutritional expert. So we decided to switch foods from Taste the Wild to Purina Pro Plan sensitive systems like skin and stomach or something. It's salmon based. I have dogs with allergies because of just the fact that I wasn't sure that Taste the Wild was doing their testing, and people have had this that have been on this and there's really no symptoms until it's bad. So you don't really want to get this. And I know that they have taurine in the food, but apparently it's the way the nutrition works together. You can't just add things, is what I've been understanding about this. And basically the grain-free movement happened, and like marketing was basically saying, grains are bad for dogs, get a better food. And we all tried, and then apparently it was just not necessarily all the way accurate. There's an article that's talking about how caregivers need to understand when market trends rather than animal nutrition are shaping their dog's cat or diets. And I definitely think that like we've been marketed to believe that certain foods are healthier. And basically the article talks about, it asks the question, so where did the idea that grains are somehow bad come from? And it says simple, it came from pet food companies that were trying to distinguish themselves in a competitive marketplace. It had nothing to do with quality, food safety, or nutrition, all about selling pet food. Corn and other grains somehow became the wrong foods to feed dogs and cats about 10 years ago. My personal theory is that this shift in pet food ingredients was a combination of the pet food recalls of 2007 due to contaminated wheat and rice ingredients. 2, an increased awareness of hidden allergens. 3, the availability and promotion of what was the new category of plant ingredients, peas and legumes, starting in 2010, and smaller pet food marketing companies trying to make a name and a lot of money by distinguishing themselves from the established competition. You don't know. And what I'm trying to do with this video is not tell you like you shouldn't feed your dog this, you should feed your dog this, because I'm not an expert, I'm not a pet nutritionist, I don't know. I'm just trying to do the best I can for my pets. So I'm basically just trying to put this out there so that you will look into this issue and think about what you're doing and just see if you're on the right path, talk to your vets. And when we did that, we decided to switch our food. And I think that hopefully it's for the better. I haven't had any bad results with switching, and I have a dog with a sensitive stomach and a dog with allergies, and it's been pretty easy to switch. So yeah, it's just been kind of a challenge. It was very frustrating because you want to do the best for your pet that you can, and you think you are, and then you realize that maybe you're not, and maybe you've been led. But it's like, there are so many choices when it comes to what you feed your dogs. And I know some people feed raw food, and you know, if you have the availability to figure out what goes into a good raw diet and you can balance that, that's great. But I don't think that I have the necessary skills to do that at this time. And my dogs don't just eat dog food. I mean, I do give them different things to mix in with that sometimes, and like I try to give them green vegetables and all that. And I mean, there's a big situation of eating, and it's like, I'm not trying to persuade someone to feed their dogs what I feed my dogs, because I could be wrong, and it's not the right choice for everybody. And you have to, I just wanted to put this out there to explain to people that this is happening in case you didn't know, because I really didn't know. And then there's this huge group on Facebook that obviously did know, and like my friend knew, and then like other people knew, and it's just, you think you're doing the right thing and then maybe you're not. And it's just, I just wanted to open people's minds that this was happening, and that, you know, you can explore this topic on your own and do your research like I have been doing, or reading up on it and seeing what you should do, and then trying to make the best choice for your pets. It's always so scary to know that there's so many things, and obviously we want our pets to be as healthy as they can, but this problem was not as big prior to this grain-free food wave. And I mean, it's not like there's one specific food that's doing this to pets. We just don't know, and there's not a lot of research to know what is good and what is bad. But there aren't that many food companies that do nutritional testing and meet the guidelines, which is scary to think that there's guidelines and you don't have to meet them, but people aren't trying to do the testing, and it's scary. It really is. It's scary to think that there's something out there and your dog could get it and you don't really have control. But I mean, we have to exercise the control that we do have and just research this topic. So I will leave some links below of some articles and things about this topic, and if you want to research it, you can. And I hope that you found this video somewhat interesting or eye-opening, or just, if it's a topic you hadn't heard of, at least it's giving you some exposure to knowing that this is out there, so you can make some better choices for your pet, or so you can see if you're feeding what you think is good. I know that it's hard because we've changed our dog food several times, and you just, I mean, when you know better, you do better, I guess. That phrase has been used, and you gotta try to do the best thing you can for your pets. So I hope you liked this video. I know it's kind of long and rambling, and really the only purpose I had was just to get you to do your own research, because obviously I'm not an expert. I'm not saying I'm an expert, so I hope no one thinks that I'm trying to like preach to them in this video, because I'm not. I just wanted to put the issue out there, and I will talk to you guys later.